Good afternoon, everyone. It's April the 2nd, about 4:10 in the afternoon. It's 61 degrees and windy. I'm out here at the bee yard, and bees are flying here at the Langstroth hive. I come out to just check and see the activity at the hive. I'm going to check the bottoms of the frames again to make sure there's not any queen cells or queen cups on the bottoms of the frames. And my fix for the entrance reducer evidently worked, because it's still in this time. So I do have my smoker lit. I don't plan on smoking them unless I have to, but I went ahead and lit it this time just in case I need it. So let me get this opened up and I'll bring you along. Well, there are quite a few bees here at the on the entrance cover in the hole, as you can see. I'm planning on tilting this up and taking a look at the bottoms of the frames now. Well, here are the bottoms of the frames. Last time we were out here, all but the outer two frames were covered in bees. Looks like they're all covered in bees this time. The outside of this frame here is not covered in bees. It's a foundation, but the inside here is covered. So I'm looking to see, I don't see any queen cups or queen cells. I'm also looking to see if there's any new drawn comb. I'm not really seeing any new drawn comb. I may pull that first frame out just to see if they've drawn any of it out and stored any nectar yet, but they seem to be pretty calm. There's a ton of bees in here, so I'm gonna have to keep a close eye on them and probably expand the brood box. I'm planning on expanding it by a deep, not a deep, but a medium box. So I gotta get it from the gentleman that owns this equipment. So let me get this turned back up because they're getting kind of confused out front, and we'll check that first frame. Here's what I'm talking about, the confusion. With the box up like this, they don't know where to go into it. So I'm gonna get it turned back up where it belongs. That's better. I'm gonna put this entrance reducer back in here. And close her up. Well, I nearly forgot I was going to check this first frame, so let me get it pulled out of here and I'll be right back. Well, it looks like they've drawn a little bit of comb on this frame, on this side, and a little bit on the back side here. But they're not storing anything in it yet. They're getting it ready. Not sure how much nectar is coming into this time. As I said the last time, there were a lot of trees that were blooming on my way in. Mostly the Bradford pears and a lot of the ornamental trees, I guess I should say, decorative trees. But I'm not seeing any nectar in this, so. But there's still a lot of bees, so, and last time there wasn't any bees on this frame, so they're working it. Another thing I'm doing new this year, I've bought some extra hive tools. I'm going to leave this hive tool on this hive so I don't have to look for one. I know a lot of the beekeepers that I watch their videos put a hive tool in each apiary, if not on each one of their colonies. The queen excluder is just there just because it's a place to store it. I'm not using it at this time, but it's a place for storing it. I plan on checking the swarm trap I've got over here before I go down to the Land's hive, but I need to get this closed up first. So let me get this closed up, we'll check the swarm trap, and then we'll head down to the Land's hive. Well, I took the lid off. There's nothing in the trap. I didn't expect to find anything in the trap. I didn't see any activity at the entrance when I got here, so I had one of the vials that I put the lemongrass in it that I just dropped down in out of the Langstroth hive I found in the bottom on the screen bottom board, so that I had in there last year. So I'm gonna get this strap back down and we'll head back down. We'll head on down to the Land's hive. Well, here we are at the Land's hive, and there's activity coming in, so check to see if there's any pollen coming in on the bees. The other day I was thinking about, I said the trees were blooming. Never really thought about it before, but I guess all trees have to bloom in some shape or form. There's a little bit of pollen. Some trees are more noticeable than others. The dogwood, the redbud, the Bradford pears, the plum trees, and those sorts. But walnut and oak and all other types of trees have to bloom also. It's just they're not brightly colored flowers and big ones where you really notice them. So I just never thought of it that way before, but just food for thought. There's a little pollen coming in. A few of them have it on them. They're out foraging for something. Maybe there's some nectar coming into this one. So the plan here is to open up the hive, check the first two frames that didn't have any pollen or nectar on them. Take a look at the bottom of the other frames inside the hive and see if we see any queen cups or queen cells. So let me get it opened up and we'll be right back. Okay, I've got the lid off, and last time I was here I left the hive tool in the box here. I'd showed you that I'd put another follower board in. We're going to see if there's any bees in this section where the 4 frames are here. My plan is, and I don't see any. My plan is to open up the entrance that where this opening area is, and see if they start coming and going into that section. I gotta get my hive tool. It won't come loose. As I said in the last video, I have the legs down on this, so there's a area underneath that they can cross over to the other section here. I'm looking here. This first comb doesn't look like it's got much on it in the way of bees or anything. Let me see if I can get you down in here and look at the bottom of these other frames. There appears to be quite a few bees down in there. I don't see any new comb, and I'm really not seeing any queen cups or queen cells from here, but we'll check a little closer. Let me get this first frame pulled out and we'll take a look at it. Well, there is a little bit of activity on the other side of that frame. It looks like they may have drawn a little more comb on it, but there's no nectar or anything in it. So we're going to set it back down in here and check the next frame. And there's more bees on this side than it was the last time, so let me pull it out of there and see if I can see any nectar down in those cells. I had a phone malfunction there. If I remember right, and I'll have to check the footage, I think there was cap brood on this frame the last time we were here, and it looks like it has emerged. And can't tell. Yeah, there's some nectar in some of those cells, so I think they're bringing in a little bit of nectar. The girls are really calm today. I may try pulling that frame away and look at the other side and call it quits. And well, here's that other side, and as you can see down in those cells, there's nectar in there. So I don't see any capped honey, but there is some nectar. And I just seen a hive beetle, which I'm not too worried about at this point. They did a real good job of keeping them corralled last year. So we're going to close this up. There's a little bit of brood on that next frame. We're not going to go any deeper. We're going to close this up and call it a day. As I said earlier, I'm going to open up this middle entrance. There's really nothing in there for the robber bees or wax moth or anything to get. So I'm just going to see if they start using this entrance a little bit in the next couple of weeks. I'll probably leave it open for a while and then assess it at that point, and I may close it back up. But I'm just curious to see what they'll do with it. So we'll get the rest of this put back together. If you look here, there's the entrance, and there are the divider boards. Let me back up so you can see it lines up with those 4 frames in between the divider boards. So I'm gonna put the lid back on. I may come back and look at the entrance for a little bit, and then we'll wrap it up for a day. Well, my smoker is still lit, but I'm going to snuff it out. I've got a cork that I put in the end of it to snuff it out, so when I put it back in my vehicle, it's not hot. So let's go over here and look at the entrance for a bit. And watch the pollen come in. So those of you who have been watching my videos, I thank you for watching my videos. I got quite a few new subscribers here in the last few weeks, so I appreciate the new subscribers. I'm going to keep trying to put out a video, at least one video per week. If you know anybody that would be interested in my videos, please share it with them. If you like this one, give me a thumbs up, and if you have any comments, leave them down in the comments section. I enjoy reading the comments. Of course, if you're not already a subscriber, please subscribe. And we'll see you out here at the bee yard next time. So until then, happy beekeeping.